Good evening, everyone. My name's Simon. I am head of art, design and media and performing arts. And this evening we'll do a quick presentation on some of the courses we offer in the performing arts section of our department. So as you can see on the board there, 5 main subjects that we do, and they're split into A Levels and BTECs. So the A Levels, we offer music technology and drama and theatre studies, and the BTECs that we offer are music performance, acting and dance. So there is essentially a BTEC equivalent to the A Levels that we do, and we've also got that additional dance program that we do as well. So I'll just give you a brief run through of all the course that we do, and of course, if you've got any questions, then I think there's a Q&A chat bar somewhere on your screens, and I'll be happy to answer any questions at the end of the presentation. So first we'll start with music technology, and music technology really is kind of is a step away from performing music in the traditional sense. It's really about kind of making music with designed for computers and so on and so forth. So you've got to kind of understand the technical aspects of audio, and you'll gain a really good insight into a career in music. So you'll see that music technology allows you to do things like run mixing desks and record studios and record live sound. So it's a really good opportunity for you to kind of understand how the element, the non-performative element of music works. So it's a really creative course. Either you're not necessarily all on instruments all the time, so you do obviously get a chance to kind of create songs and create pieces and so on. So it's into 2 lots of, the coursework gives with 40%, so the recording element there, and there's a composition, and there's also 60% worth of exam as well. So you can see that unlike many levels, there's a big weighting of coursework, so you've got a lot of opportunity to kind of hone your practical skills on a particular course. Lots of trips and visits, and we get lots of higher education providers in. We also go out to places like SEM and BIM down in Brighton. So we've got really good relationship with lots of the higher education providers in terms of music and music technology. In terms of the actual area that you'll be learning in yourself, we've got a really lovely Mac suite in the music department, and we run things like Logic Pro, which for those of you who don't know is sort of the industry standard with regard to sound recording and music technology. We've also got, with regards to kind of equipment, we've also got industry standard microphone. We've got a stage room as well, which will allow you to sort of practice your live sound recording skills. I've also got a really big and functional industry standard mixing desk as well there. So essentially, for all intents and purposes, you're kind of working in a studio, if you want to kind of think of it like that. So A-level drama and theatre studies is a really exciting course for those who are looking to go into obviously the creative arts in terms of drama and theatre. So lots of the things that you'll cover are really sort of revolved around three main sort of aspects: as an actor, a director, and as a designer. And as those 3, you're going to learn to devise and develop theatre productions. You're also going to, on the course over 2 years, you're going to study a range of different companies and practitioners. So really what this course does is it allows you to look at industry professionals and companies and analyse how they've devised plays and productions and that kind of thing. So you're going to develop how drama is developed and formed, and there are 3 main components in this. And unlike a lot of A levels, again, this is one of those A levels that is heavily weighted towards coursework, 60% in this case, and 40% is an exam. So similar to music production, music technology, sorry, we've got lots of kind of equipment and space for you to kind of develop your craft, and we've got a great drama, well, two drama studios actually, a rehearsal space and a big performance space as well. We're really lucky, obviously we're on the doorstep of London, so that allows us to kind of go into London, in and around the southeast, to watch theatre productions and to really sort of see the theatre industry in its in its raw element. Obviously when we can go, and we're obviously struggling with that a little bit. Historically, we've had workshops with directors. Recently we've had DV8 in and Paybirds, 2 really good professional companies that have come and spoke to our students. So we're always on the lookout for new people to come and speak to us, and obviously for our students to get out and see the drama and theatre world. Another really good thing about our drama and theatre studies course is that both of our teachers are industry professionals, so they still work in the industry. They are obviously trained teachers, but I think it's one of the courses, I would say, in the department that is really geared towards industry, and they've always got one eye firmly fixed on that because they are themselves industry professionals. So in terms of progression, you're obviously going to have a great opportunity to go to university, to drama school, or if you wanted to go straight to employment. So those are three avenues that our teachers will kind of explore with you as you're going through the course, as you're going through drama and theatre studies. So next we're going to look at Btec Music Performance, which is kind of the Btec equivalent of music technology, but unlike music technology, this is really all about performing, as you can see from the title. So a lot of the time you'll be either singing or picking instruments or playing in an ensemble, and it really is about sort of developing your practice as a performer. So there are four main units that are covered over the 2 years. The first is music theory and harmony, which we feel is really important that you have some kind of musical theory and harmony, understanding of harmony, in order to kind of go, work efficiently and effectively in the music performance world. We've also got professional practice, which is essentially about how you would exist and how you would maintain yourself as a professional musician. We've also got a really exciting you call music performance session styles, which really basically looks at it encourages you to kind of essentially learn different music genres and styles right from the 50s all the way up to modern day music. So it'd be anything from bluegrass to rock to punk to garage to hip hop. So you'd look at all those, and eventually you would learn to sort of play all those. So in short, we've a broad range of theoretical and practical skills that you'll learn on Btec Music Performance. And as it says there, you'll understand the industry and you'll be prepared, or very well prepared, to kind of move into the industry once you finish this course. Of course, if you wanted to go, didn't want to go straight into industry, similar to music technology, we've got great connections with the universities and higher education providers. And we also get lots of industry speakers in to kind of speak to the students about what their next steps might be and what the future might hold for them as a music performer. We use the same Mac suite as the music technology students, so you'll be Logic Pro, you'll be in the Mac suite, and we've got really good industry standard equipment, and that includes the instruments as well. So we're lucky to have a broad range of instruments, whether it's drum kits, keys, whatever it is. There's very few instruments that you won't find in the music department there. So Btec Acting is again the Btec sister of A-level drama theatre studies, and really this is a lot more kind of practical in the sense that you will be acting and performing a lot more than you would perhaps on the drama and theatre A-level. So if you were more interested in the performative side of drama, then this is probably the right course for you. If you're more interested in analysing plays and understanding how plays are devised, then maybe the A-level drama and theatre studies would be the better choice for you. So similar to drama and theatre studies, we've got the same studio spaces, we've got the same rehearsal spaces, and really this is all about so for example, one of the units will cover is screen acting. You'll look at professional, or you'll focus on certain professionals. So you get a broad range of different skills that you'll learn from this. And in terms of progression, you can obviously acting, but directing, script writing, and also the theatre and TV production as well. So there's lots and lots of progression avenues open to you once you've completed Btec Acting. And of course, like the A-levels, there is always opportunity to go to university, drama school, or indeed straight to employment. And our teachers and our core studies tutors will guide you through that process as you get towards the end of your first year. So Btec Dance, we've got our lovely dance teacher Eleanor there on screen. It's really popular and exciting course. So if you are obviously interested in dance and being a choreographer or a live performer, then this is a course that you might want to consider. And I think there are 4 or 5 different units that you'll focus on in dance, and it will cover things like how to be a healthy dancer, choreography for live performance, and developing skills and techniques for performance as well. So a really exciting and broad range of skills that you learn on the Btec Dance course there. Btec Dance is one of those courses that seem to run a huge amount of trips when we can run trips. So hopefully when you folks join in September or the September after, we'll be ready to go lots of trips. And historically, we've been to Barcelona, we've been to the Royal Crowd House, Royal Albert Hall, Pineapple Dance Studios, and you see a few more there on the screen. So it really is an industry-led course. We really try and get our students out into the working world to kind of see where Btec Dance might take them in the future. So we've got 3 purpose-built studios. We've recently had our dance studio floor relaid, so it's a professional industry standard flooring, and we've also got things like yoga mats and rollers and gyms. It's kind of somewhere between, in many ways, a sports course and a dance course in terms of the physical kind of fitness element of it. But a really exciting course there, and for anyone who's interested in dance or going into the performative or the performance world, this might be the course for you. So that's the 5 courses that we've got, and we've talked very briefly about the university destinations that we've got. Our performing arts department are really good at maintaining relationships with universities, so it's something that is threaded and embedded throughout 2 years of study at Strodes, as is the case with many of our courses, but in particular the performing arts seem to do a really good job at maintaining relationships. So they will guide you through the different relationships, the different universities, if that is the avenue that you'd like to go down. So just a brief chat then about expectations generally when you come to college. Obviously, attendance and punctuality is something that we keep a close eye on, not necessarily because we're kind of draconian in that sense, but know that it's about employability skills. So we know that if you want to succeed and perform well in the working world, attendance and punctuality is something that needs to be ingrained from an early age. Dress code, obviously when you're in performing arts, you'll obviously wear your backs in your kind of appropriate equipment and dress and that kind of thing. But generally in and around college, we don't necessarily have a strict dress code. The only thing that we ask is that you don't offend anyone with your dress code, and you keep it sensible as sensible as you can. Behaviour. Anyways, no different to school. The only difference is we treat you more like an adult, but it's really about respect, and it's about respecting your teachers and other students and so on and so forth. But at 16 to 18-year-old, we expect you to behave as a young adult, as I'm sure you'd expect anyway. We do all wear lanyards at college. We've got a fairly, it's called an open site here, so there's many different ways in which you can get onto site. And for that reason, we have to make sure that students wear lanyards, just so we know that everyone on site should be on site. So it's and again, it's kind of common practice to kind of wear a lanyard when you're at work anyway as employees. So it's an employability skill there. We've talked really about respecting each other, the college environment as well, especially with the performing arts, because we've got things like, equipment and instruments and, specialist spaces. So for you folks, if you were joining the performing arts department, then respecting that particular environment is really important to us, because we can't really afford to be replacing drum kits every other week and so on. So it is about respecting that college environment and as the instruments and equipment that you've got available to you. We do develop employability, and it's an expectation that you are ready for work when you leave us. You might choose to go on to university, but really that's a choice. You don't have to go to university. So we try and be ready and expect you to kind of work with us on employability skills. And really, the big thing that we ask is that you are ready to learn. At this stage, 16 years old, there's no compulsion for you to be in college. It's a choice that you have made. So in that sense, we expect all our learners to want to be here. For that reason, be ready to learn. It is a step up from GCSE. It's harder than GCSE, but you would expect that because you're moving from GCSE to A levels. So we'll help you with that transition, and so long as you're ready to learn, we're convinced that you'll be a success. So a little bit about college life then. So I've talked a little bit about the trips and visits that our department run, but across the college there are lots and lots of trips and visits that go on in a normal year throughout the year. So that is going to Barcelona, we've been to New York with the art department in the past. And generally speaking, we're very lucky because we lots of our trips seem to be in and around London. We look at London offers a great deal for our learners, so we explore that and we get our learners out as much as possible. And when we're going out, we try and get people in as well. So we're very lucky that we've got lots of good relationships with either industry professionals, companies, teacher friends who happen to be in industry. So there's always somebody to talk to, or always a trip to be going on. Lots of clubs and societies. So we've got everything from debating societies to the LGBTQ plus society. So there should be a society for everyone. That's something that we would encourage our new learners to get involved in. A lot of competitions that go on throughout the year, whether it is poster competitions, film competitions, podcast competitions. And again, that's really something that we encourage our learners to engage with, because it looks great on a CV. And often there's an award or reward at the end of that as well. Some other things that we as well, aside from our standard Btec and A levels, are things like the extended project qualification, the Gold Arts Award, which has come on online recently. We are a TAS accredited college now, and we also do level 1 fitness instructor as well. So certainly for you folks, the Gold Arts Awards might be something that you consider. It's an additional kind of qualification. You focus on a particular area of the arts and produce a piece of work, film or an essay or something. But again, it looks really, really good on your CV and for any university applications. Aspire is a program, I guess lots of schools tend to call this either gifted or talented or something along those lines. This is our equivalent of the gifted and talented kind of program. It's for those high achievers, so usually students who are getting sort of 8s and 9s in their GCSEs. And it's a range of sort of lectures and lessons that run throughout the year on everything from journalism to biology to philosophy. And really that helps you kind of broaden your intellect, and it looks really good if you're one of the students who is looking to apply for a Russell Group or an Oxbridge type university. We've also got a really popular and vocal student parliament and student union. And again, if you're interested in directing the college, and it is a genuine kind of working, collaborative working process with the student union, student parliament and senior managers, if you're interested in getting involved in that, then that's something we'd recommend that you do. You could be the treasurer, you could be the president of student parliament, and all of these things help you run the college, but also help you kind of with applications to universities and looks for your CV as well. Okay, so that was a quick whistle-stop tour of the Performing Arts Department, and if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to take them. I think, Fiona, you are kind of prepped and ready with any questions that you might have for me, so fire away.
That's right. Thank you, Simon. That was really helpful. So question that's come in is, what equipment do I need for the music A levels?
Very little, actually. So we're pretty well equipped anyway. The only thing that you might want to think about is a good set of headphones, a reasonably good set of headphones. I think most students come with that anyway. We do have headphones at college, but you might choose to use your own, and it's something, if you're into music, that you will use outside of the lesson anyway. But aside from anything else, there's no obligation to be buying any instruments or anything like that. If you're a drummer, maybe some drumsticks, but we are prepped and well ready, very ready for any student to come. You can hit the ground running basically when you join any of the music courses.
Great, thank you. And do you offer any music lessons at the college on the instruments that you have?
We have done in the past. We don't at the moment, but it is our music teacher Ramsey, I know, has offered it in the past. I'm not sure if we're going to be offering it next year, but it's something I know that we've sort of talked about in the not too distant past. But at the moment, I think that is a no. It may well change though, because I know that we're kind of looking at some funding which might help with music lessons, be that singing, be that on a particular instrument. But the short answer at the moment is no. But watch this space, I guess.
Okay, and do students need to have formal music grades to study music A level?
No, don't. So the A level in music technology, both A level in music technology and BTEC in music performance, and obviously it's useful if you have got a grade in a particular music instrument. But really, what we're looking for is a demonstrable, ability on a particular instrument. We know that all students have gone through the grading process when it comes to instruments, but are really proficient. So it kind of makes sense for us to kind of see what you do. As a guitarist, drummer, bassist, whatever it is that you are. So similar to the art subjects, you might not have done GCSE art, but you could be a fantastic drawer. You might be a fantastic musician, but have the grade 8 in piano. So long as you can see that and you can demonstrate to that you are a key musician and singer, bassist, whatever it is, then that's fine for us.
Great. Somebody's saying they're interested in a career in musical theatre. Is it possible to take dance, acting and music?
Dance and acting is no, unfortunately, because they're both on the same based on the learning code. So they share. It's essentially seen as the same course, even though they're obviously very different. So they can't be taken together. What you can do though is take dance, A-level drama and theatre studies, and beat music, that music performance, that would be fine. And actually, in many ways, if you wanted to go into musical theatre, that kind of captures all elements of musical theatre, because there's a bit of acting, a bit of dancing, and obviously a bit of music as well.
Okay, thank you. If someone hasn't got any formal dance qualifications, can they still do dance? Similar question to the music there, I guess.
Yeah, and the answer is the same, really. As long as we can see a demonstrable kind of interest and ability, then yeah, there's no real problem. We can't expect every student to have kind of gone through the Pinewood sort of the Pineapple Studio sort of routine or whatever. So yeah, so long as we can kind of see that demonstrable kind of interest and ability, then there's no problem in terms of having grades. If you've got a dance grade or you've got a performance grade in act or something along those lines, then that helps. Yeah, we can't. It doesn't make sense for us to be that sort of picky, if that makes sense.
Okay, and sticking with dance, is there the opportunity to study tap or ballet as part of the dance course?
I don't know if they do specifically tap or ballet. I know they do a lot of modern, but I'm not entirely sure if they focus on tap or ballet. Without asking the dance teacher, I don't know that off the top of my head, but I'm not sure we specify that closely. My guess is that you will get the opportunity to kind of experiment in your own chosen area, but I'm not entirely sure if there is kind of like a section of the course that is dedicated to ballet or tap. I think for the reason that we get a broad range of dancers who've specialised in a broad range of disciplines, so we kind of try and keep it just broad and not exclusive to a couple of different areas.
Okay, and do students have to wear a uniform for dance or drama?
Yeah, do. So it's performance blacks, which is basically black, t-shirt and shorts or trousers or whatever. So yeah, I mean the footwear obviously for dance is quite important. I think that there is a specific type of footwear, dance shoes, dance footwear you will need, and I think that information will be on our website. Perhaps if not, then if you're already involved in dance, you kind of know the things that you expected to wear, but it's all black basically, is in terms of everything but the footwear.
Somebody's asking, does it matter, does the distance I live away from the college, will that affect me getting in?
No, it doesn't. In terms of us kind of accepting you, no, it doesn't. We're not selective in that sense. It's really a question as to whether or not the commute or the journey for you is too long. Obviously there's going to be a cut off. We don't expect students to be traveling for 2 hours to get to us, and we do have students come from quite a long way away, and that is because we offer for a really good service, and the course that we offer are often ones that they can't do in their local areas. So the short answer is no, we don't kind of exclude people based on how far away they live. There is no catch area in the same way that there are perhaps for schools.
Great, thank you. But as you say, we would just want to make sure that people could travel a comfortable distance to not affect their studies, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So why should somebody choose Strodes over somewhere else?
Well, we get asked that question quite a lot, and the one thing that we always pride ourselves on is the feel and the community feel of college. And you can't, it's frustrating for us teachers, because obviously we've not been able to invite anyone in to the college for a number of months now, nearly a year. And one of the things that's always commented on is the community feel of the college. It feels like a big family. You know, you get big colleges that kind of feel a little bit corporate and very sort of sterile and no atmosphere. But I think you know, we pride ourselves, and you know, we're very proud of the fact that we've got a community feel in our college, and that amongst the teachers, that's amongst the students, and obviously between students and teachers as well. And often we kind of run courses that lots of other colleges don't, whether that is 3D design, whether that is Btec Dance, whether that is drama and theatre studies, music technology, isn't it, every college? So we are a college that tries to provide a broad kind of range of subjects, because we know that at 16 and 17, you're still very much, in many cases, you're still very much finding your way, and you want to try different things, and that's what we try for at Strodes.
That's right. Also, quality of teaching. Didn't your dance teacher get shortlisted for Teacher of the Year last year?
She did, yeah, absolutely. So Eleanor is you know, one of our several jewels in our crown, and she was shortlisted the TES Teacher of the Year award last year, which is you may not know, but it's a really prestigious award, and even to get shortlisted is a huge achievement. So we're very proud of Eleanor, and yeah, you're in exceptional hands when you know, come into Eleanor's class. But actually, that's not taking anything away from our other teachers. We've got Ramsey, who's a phenomenal music teacher, and we've got Dominique and Emma, who are brilliant, you know, professional, you know, performing arts teachers as well. Very dedicated, very energetic, and I would argue that's probably the best form teacher in the college, actually.
That's fantastic. Okay, so that looks like that's the end of the questions. I'm just going to put, we've got a minute or two if anybody wants to quickly dash any other questions off and pop them in the Q&A, we can ask Simon. I've just got a question, just a kind of housekeeping one around application timelines. Is there a closing date? How long are people waiting for interviews at the moment? Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, so I think we've got a little bit of info just on this next page here. As far as I'm aware, there is no cut-off date for applications, but we always say get your application in as soon as you can, as quickly as you can, because obviously the quicker you apply, the more chance you've got of getting on that course. Obviously, if a course gets full and we get 25 applicants on a particular course, that means that there might not be room for you. So the sooner the better, really. Interviews at the moment are done over the phone for obvious reasons, and they're not necessarily they're fairly sort of informal. Basically, they're a chat about the college, about why you've chosen the particular courses that you have, and it's really just to make sure that you are on the right program before you start with us in September. So yeah, my advice really would be, if you're interested in Strodes, then go on the website, fill in the application form, come along to the interview, and hey, if you decide it's not for you, or you find the college is perhaps nearer, or whatever it is, then there's no harm in applying, and you know, we'd be glad to have a chat with you at an interview or enrolment.
That's great. And then just one last question came in, which probably links in with your feedback about doing the interviews remotely. But do you normally have to audition, and how are you handling that side of things remotely?
Yeah, so that in terms of auditions, there is a period of time, I can't remember exactly what it is in the year, but you will get to know if you apply for these courses, where Ramsey or Anna will kind of essentially audition in you know, the loosest sense. But when we're not talking kind of like, you know, Dragon's Den style kind of pen in hand, they're making notes. It really is just to make sure that you are going to you know, succeed on course, because what we don't want to do, obviously, is take a student on who has never really sang or played an instrument, and they're clearly not going to do well on beat, music, and someone who's never danced before, and we throw them in a bunch of exceptional dancers. So I think that takes place at the start of the academic year, or in between enrolment or at enrolment and start of the academic year. But it's a loose kind of like audition in that sense. But to be honest, if you are proficient and you have danced or played music or sang for a long time, there'll be no major issues, I wouldn't have thought, with that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Simon. So that wraps up the session for this afternoon. Just a reminder to everybody that's here that all the information about the courses is on our website. The course guide is on our website, and that we will also be sending you the recording of this session by email. So again, you can, if there's anything that you want to go back and listen to again, if you want some clarification about anything, you can go back over the recording. Alternatively, if you've got any questions, email admissions@windsor-forest.ac.uk, and our admissions team are on live chat every day on the website. So if you just want to ask somebody a question really quickly, you can jump onto the live chat and just ask them, and they'll sort everything out for you. Thanks very much, Simon. That was a really lovely presentation.
My pleasure. Hopefully see some of you in the not too distant future.